I was thinking of possible outcomes for My Little Pony Season 5's season finale. And all of them, or most of them, revolving around Starlight Glimmer, the character who was in the season opener and tried to utilize ponies and escaped punishment and is still out there somewhere planning plans. But what plans is she planning? The most obvious one would be that she's going to come back and reattempt equalization, only on a grander scale, with much more ponies being equalized. Possibility 2 is that she's going to attempt a revenge plan, targeting very specific characters with a very specific spell and making them do stuff in a way that is physically or psychologically damaging to Twilight Sparkle and her friends in a way that will satisfy revenge. But both of these are completely predictable and expected. My Little Pony has always been known for giving us a little surprise twist and giving us something that we couldn't expect. A bride-to-be who turned out to be a changeling, a escaped Generation 1 villain who was stealing magic, a series of magical spells that swapped cutie marks that at the end caused a pony to spontaneously combust and end up in the afterlife where she transmutated into a higher being of greater power, or even a gala that just went horribly wrong and no pony had the best night ever. If My Little Pony is going to continue to have season finales that are unpredictable, then the plan that Starlight Glimmer has in mind should not be simply to repeat equalization and keep going back to the equal sign thing. That would be just boring. I can't see how this plot could be pulled off and kept interesting if it's just going to be equal signs again. What would be interesting would be if she found some other way to bring forced friendship to all of Equestria. You know, take the idea of forcing friendship on others, only without the equal sign thing. Let ponies be unequal. Let them keep their personality. Let them keep their talent, but remove all of the anger and hatred and evil and negative emotions from them so that they can only do positive things with their lives. Create an actual plausible utopia that is extremely inviting to the ponies, maybe even inviting to the audience. Make it look like world peace has been finally achieved. End all wars, end all bullies, end all arguments, end all villains. Have Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon be best friends with the CMC. Have T-Rex and Chrysalis sit down to have tea with Twilight and her friends. Have Rarity be so trusting of Surrey Polar Mare that she lets her babysit Sweetie Belle. If Starlight Glimmer can produce an idealistic utopian society where nothing's creepy and nothing's out of place and you can't see anything wrong with it and you don't know right away why you should end this utopia, then she would be bringing about her version of friendship in a way that makes you think, why should we defeat the villain? And that would be a more interesting villain, because now you have to come up with a reason why friendships are better earned than forced. To repeat the season premiere opener of the Equalist Village only on a wider scale would just be like, oh, we've been there, we've done that. You're pulling all the same tricks and bringing nothing new to the table. what surprises are there for us. I think that would be the boring way to go, and I'd be a little disappointed if it happened exactly that way. I tried to have fun with the idea of Starlight Glimmer organizing a major rogues gallery of all of Twilight's enemies and sending them after her in a simultaneous fashion, so she had to deal with multiple bad guys all at the same time. Or possibly have her use trickery and manipulation to make Twilight's friends side willingly with Starlight against Twilight, and have them be tricked into willingly defeating Twilight and getting inside Twilight's castle and causing some kind of mischief that disrupts everything. You know, like a mole or some kind of double agent thing. That could also be somewhat interesting. But I think if those sorts of things were going to happen, we'd be seeing the setup for it by now. One more possibility for Starlight Glimmer came into my head after seeing an animatic from a future episode of the series. So this could be a little bit spoilerish, but without revealing too much in this particular conversation right here, right now, it could be possible that another outcome for Starlight Glimmer is that she could cause some kind of event, learn that she messed up, and take it upon herself to solve her own problems, becoming the first villain to A, successfully pull off her plan for world domination or whatever, and B, defeat herself in realizing her own mistake and then putting forth the effort to change events and fix what she did that she messed up. It would be very interesting if Starlight Glimmer would reform herself and go through the motions of defeating her own evil plan. Anyhow, tell me what you think the season finale will be, and post in the comments before it arrives. If it's already arrived, then this is an older video, and I thank you for watching it. But instead of discussing what you think will happen, discuss how accurate my predictions were way back when. Anyhow, thank you for watching, and good night.